Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 10th. So students, we have started with our topic, that is preposition, and till now we have discussed so many prepositions. We have seen their different uses, and yes, we have also seen so many examples also, and in today's video also we will continue with the same topic. In this video also we will see some more prepositions, their uses and some of the examples. So now let's begin our today's video, that is based on prepositions. Okay, so now the next prepositions that we are having here in front of us, so they are beside and besides. So students, here you have to be very careful regarding the spelling of these two prepositions. This is beside, and in this preposition we are having besides. It means after beside we are having one s also. So they are two different prepositions, they have their own different uses. Okay, so don't be confused between these two prepositions. They are beside and besides. So now let's try to understand beside. So first of all we are talking about beside. So let's see, beside means by the side of. Besides, and this second preposition besides, it means in addition to, or we can say instead of, or one more meaning we are having here, that is in spite of. So now one more time, let's see. First of all, beside. So this beside means by the side of, like we can say that near. Okay, so this beside actually means near, we can say. And this besides, okay, it means in addition to, or instead of, or we can say in spite of. Okay, so now we are having some of the examples to clear the meaning, or we can say to clear the difference between these two prepositions. So let's see, the child walked beside his mother. So in this sentence we are having beside here. So like what we are trying to say here, we are trying to say that there was one child and he walked near his mother, or we can say by the side of his mother. Okay, these are the meanings that we are having here with the use of beside, that the child, he walked near his mother, or we can say by the side of his mother. So when we are having beside in a sentence, then we can have a meaning of near, or we can say by the side of. Clear? Next we are having besides. So let's see the sentence, the example that we are having here. Besides advising her, he helped her with money. So now here in this sentence we are having besides. So what is the meaning, or we can say what is the use that we are having here? So beside is showing in addition to. So what it means? It means that he not only advised her, but also he helped her with money. It means in addition to, you know, that he was advising her, but he did something extra, he did something more, and what was that? He helped her with money. So here we are having besides. So students, you have to be very careful. These are two separate prepositions, beside and besides. They are having their own uses, and you know, they are having their own meaning. So in this sentence we are having besides, and besides means in addition to. Next is besides being fined, he was imprisoned. In this sentence also we are having besides, and we can have the meaning that you know, there was one person we are talking about here. So he was not only being fined, but also he was imprisoned. Okay, so actually he did some kind of mistake, some kind of crime. Because of that he was not only being fined, but also he was imprisoned. Clear? Next is Mr. Gupta has a bike besides a car. So again we are having one example here in which we are having besides, and the meaning that we can have is that Mr. Gupta, he was having not only a bike but also a car. Clear? Put your book beside the rest of the books. So now in this sentence we are having beside. Why? Because we are having the meaning of near, or we can say by the side of. So we are giving this kind of instruction to someone to put you know, the books beside, or we can say near the rest of the books. Okay, so beside it means near, and besides it means in addition to. Clear? Now new prepositions that we are having. So now we are having up and down. These are very common, very easy preposition that we all use in our daily conversation. So now let's see what these prepositions mean, what are their different uses. So first of all we are talking about up. So let's see. Up shows movement towards higher place across the surface. So if we are having up in a sentence, so with the help of up we can show some kind of movement, and that movement will be towards a higher place. Okay, it means from lower place towards a higher place, or and that movement will be across the surface. So we are having the example to clear the thing. Look, an ant is crawling up your arm. So here in this example there was one ant, and that ant was crawling up the arm of one person. So the ant was having one movement towards the higher side. Okay, so with the help of up we can show the movement towards the higher side from the lower side. Okay, now let's talk about down. So let's see. Down indicates movement, but how? Towards a lower place across the surface of. So if we are having down in a sentence, so with the help of down we can show the movement, but what is the difference? The difference is that down is showing the movement towards the lower place from the upper place. Okay, so this is the basic difference, and we are having the example. He wept and tears rolled down his cheeks. So now we are talking about one person. Because of some reason that person he wept, and because of that tears rolled down his cheeks. Okay, so obviously down, because जो eyes होती है, tears eyes में से आते हैं, और जो cheeks होते हैं वो eyes के नीचे होते हैं. So now we are having the movement towards the lower side from the higher side, and this is the reason we are having down here in this sentence. Clear? Next, up and down. So yes, this is another use when up and down, these two prepositions they are used together. So how? Movement backwards and forwards. So if we are having up and down, these two prepositions together in a sentence, if they are used together in a sentence, so at that time these words they show movement, but how? Backwards and forwards. And that time we cannot say that up and down they show the movement from lower side to higher side and from higher side to lower side. No, if they are used together, if they are together in a sentence, then they show the movement backwards and forwards. So let's see the example. He was walking up and down the street. So if we are having this sentence, and this sentence we are having up and down together, the sentence is he was walking up and down the street. It means he was walking backward and forward in the street. Yes, so up and down they are two different prepositions. They are having their own uses, but they can be used together if we want to have this kind of meaning in the sentence. Okay, moving on. Now we are having below and under. So let's see what is the difference that we are having below and under. What are the uses that we can have with the help of these two prepositions? So let's see. First of all we are having below. Below means position lower than. Okay, so if we are having below in a sentence, so with the help of below we can show the position that is lower than, and in this sense we can say that below it is actually the opposite word of above. Okay, under. Now let's talk about under. So under means position lower than and covered by in the sense of subordination. So yes, with the help of below also we are showing the position lower than, and with the help of under also we are showing the position lower than. Then what is the difference? The difference is that if we are using under, then we are showing the position lower than, but at the same time we are showing this thing that thing is covered by. It मीन्स जो चीज नीचे है उसके ऊपर जो चीज है उसने उसको टोटली कवर कर रखा है. सो इफ वी आर हैविंग द मीनिंग ऑफ कवरिंग, दैट अ टोटल कवरिंग इज देयर, देन वी हैव टू यूज अंडर इन द प्लेस ऑफ बिलो. Okay, so below and under they are having the same meaning. They show the position lower than, but if we are having the meaning of covering also, then we have to use under in the place of below. Clear? So let's see some of the example to clear the thing. The first example, the chin is below the lips. So here we are showing the position only, and for that we are having below and we are saying that the chin is below the lips, right? जो chin है हमारी वो lips के below होती है. So we are just showing the lower position of chin, that is where below the lips. Next is he was wearing a white shirt under a blue coat. So now in this sentence we are having under. Why? Because we are showing this thing that there was one person and he was wearing a white shirt and that shirt was completely covered by a blue coat. Because अब shirt के ऊपर coat पहन लेंगे so वो जो coat है वो क्या करेगा, that will cover the shirt. So here we are having the meaning of covering. Here we are having this kind of idea to cover up. So this is the reason we are having under here in this sentence. Next is he passed under the Howrah Bridge in a boat. So now in this sentence also we are having under. Why? Because there was one person and he passed under the Howrah Bridge in a boat. So suppose this is a bridge. Okay, we all know bridge जो होते हैं वो ऐसे बने होते हैं रिवर के ऊपर, and now यहाँ पे एक बोट है. ओके, सो बोट जो है वो इस साइड से ब्रिज को क्रॉस करके इस साइड में जा रही है रिवर में. सो जब वो यहाँ से ब्रिज के नीचे से निकलेगी, ओके, सो इस डिस्टेंस पे जब वो होगी तब क्या होगा, ब्रिज जो है वो बोट को ऑब्वियसली ऊपर से कवर करेगा. सो दिस इज द रीजन दैट वी आर हैविंग द मीनिंग ऑफ कवरिंग अप. सो वी आर यूजिंग अंडर हियर इन दिस सेंटेंस. सो अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग दिस थिंग दैट बिलो एंड अंडर they both shows the position that is lower than, but with the help of under we can show the feeling of covering. We can show that something is totally covered by the other thing. Okay, next is write below the line. So it's a very common instruction that we all can have, write below the line. Okay, so with the help of below we are showing the position that you have to write below the line. You have to write, you know, on this position only. Next is she hung a picture below the tube light. So here we are having this thing that again we are showing the position and we are saying that she hung a picture where below the tube light. So there was one tube light on the wall and below the tube light she hung the picture. So we are showing the position that picture was having a lower position comparatively to tube light. So you know, to show the position we are using below here in this sentence. Clear? Below shows less than and inferior to. So yes, below it is having another use also, and below, with the help of below we can also indicate the meaning of less than, or we can say inferior to. How? Let's see the examples. His income is below rupees 5,000 a month. So yes, below it is also having this particular use when it can indicate the meaning of less than, or we can say inferior to. So when we are having below in this sentence, so with the help of below we are showing this thing that his income is less than rupees 5,000 per month. Okay. Second example, this work is below my dignity. Okay, so again we are having the meaning of less than and inferior to, and we are saying that I cannot do this work because my dignity is above this work and this work is below my dignity. So here we can see this thing also, that yes, below it is the opposite word of above. Clear? I hope all the examples that we have discussed, everything is clear. Now moving on, we are having another preposition. So now since and for. So yes, we have discussed these words all earlier also when we were having the tenses, because these two words we have discussed in tenses topic, that how can we use since, how can we use for. So yes, they are also one of the prepositions. They are used as prepositions also. So let's see what are their uses. Since denotes a point of time, while for denotes a period of time. So first of all, we are having the difference that is there between since and for. So let's see one more time. With the help of since, we can denote a point of time, and with the help of for, we can denote a period of time. So this is the basic difference. Okay. So if we are talking about one particular time, if we are talking about one exact time, one point of time, then we have to use a since. But if we are talking about a period of time, then we have to use a for. Okay, so now let's see the examples. The first one is I am living here since birth. So you know our birth, that is obviously one exact time, one point of time. So we are talking about, we are indicating that point of time, and this is the reason we are having since here in this sentence. Second one is I have not met her since last week. So again we are talking about one particular time, one, you know, we can say point of time, and this is the reason we are having since here in this example, in this sentence. Next, he has been ill since Friday last. So yes, Friday, it's a particular day, it's a point of time, and we are indicating this point of time, and this is the reason we are having since here in this example, in this sentence. Next, Mr. Sharma has been working in this company since 2001. Again 2001, it's a particular time, it's a point of time, and yes, we are having since here before this point of time. Next, my younger brother had been watching TV for half an hour. So here we are having for. Why? Because yes, this time is not a particular time. This time is not given to us as a point of time, but it is the period of time. And whenever we are having any period, because here we are talking about half an hour, or we can say here we are talking about 30 minutes. So these 30 minutes, they are actually period of time. So whenever we are talking about period of time, we have to use for, and whenever we are talking about one point of time, one exact time, then yes, we have to use since in our sentence. Okay. Next is the kids have been playing in the garden for 3 hours. So yes, here we are having 3 hours. So these 3 hours, they are also a period of time, right? We are saying that, you know, 3 hours, or we can say 3 days, 3 years, right? So all these things are known as period of time, and this is the reason we are having for here before this period of time. Clear? Next, we are having from and to. Again, they are very common prepositions, and we all use these prepositions in our daily conversation. So let's see what are the meaning, what are the uses that these prepositions for and to they have. So let's see. From used to introduce the place, point or person or a starting point, while to leads to final destination or in association. So yes, here we are having the basic difference that is there between from and to. So let's read one more time. If we are having from, then with the help of from we can indicate or we can introduce a place. It can be a point, it can be a person, or it can be the starting point. Okay, so अगर हम from use कर रहे हैं, then it indicates starting point, and if we are having to, then it shows the final destination. So what it means? It means that suppose there was one person, right, and he was traveling. So he started his traveling, suppose from USA. So USA is the starting point of his traveling. So for that we have to use from. And what was his final destination of the journey? The final destination is suppose Europe. So now Europe, this is the final destination. So for that we have to use to, and we can say that he traveled from USA to Europe. It means he started from USA and the final destination was Europe. Clear? So if we are having from, then we can show the starting point of something, and if we are having to, then we can indicate the final destination of a journey. So now we are having some examples to clear these things in a very perfect manner. The first one is my cousin is coming from Delhi to Jaipur. So in this example we are saying that my cousin is coming from Delhi. It means he is right now he is in Delhi and he is starting his journey from Delhi. So Delhi is the starting point of his journey and he is coming to Jaipur. It means Jaipur is the final destination of his journey. So yes, he is starting his journey from Delhi and he will reach to Jaipur. Okay. Next is he began learning Sanskrit from the age of 5. So here we are saying that the beginning of learning Sanskrit, it happened at the age of 5. So at the age of 5, it was the starting point of this thing when he started learning Sanskrit, right? So this is the starting point and this is the reason we are having from here in this sentence. Next is we are going to start another project from the 1st of January. So again we are saying that this date we are having 1st of January, and this will be the starting point of this thing, that we will start another project. So again we are having starting point of something, so we have to use from to show the starting point. Next is present society is changing from day to day. So yes, we can use these prepositions in this manner also, like present society is changing from day to day. Okay. Moving on, now we are having with. So let's see, with is a very common preposition, and yes, it is having so many different uses. It can be used in so many different manners. So now let's see, let's try to understand all the different uses that are associated with this preposition, that is with. So let's see. First of all, it is used to indicate means, or we can say instrument. So whenever we are talking about means, whenever we are talking about instrument, then we have to use with. Let's see the examples. She cuts an apple with knife. So here we are talking about one girl, and that girl cuts the apple, and how? With the help of a knife. So here in this example, knife is the mean, knife is the instrument for this work, right? And this is the reason before knife we are having with, because knife was used for this task to cut the apple, and this is the reason we are having here with before knife. Next is Sonu, you should always write with a pencil instead of a ball pen. Again we are having with. Why? Because pencil, it is the instrument, it is the means that is used to write. So again we are showing means, again we are showing instrument for some work, and this is the reason we are having with here. Okay. Next is don't believe anything unless you see with your own eyes. So again in this sentence we are having with. Why? Because eyes, they are also a kind of instrument, they are also a kind of means. So for what? Eyes, yes, they are used for this action that we can see. So this is the reason we are having with here before eyes, because they are the instrument of this action, that is to see. Okay. Now next we are having another use of with. So let's see. With, it is used to indicate what is filling, or we can say what is covering. So whenever we are having this kind of sense, this kind of meaning, to fill, to cover, then we can use with in a sentence. And let's see the examples to clear this. My farm is covered with snow. So there was some kind of snowfall, and after snowfall we are saying that the entire farm was covered with snow. So here we are having the sense of covering. So whenever we are trying to show the sense of covering, the sense of filling something, then we can use with in a sentence. So the farm, it was covered how? With snow. Next is please fill my glass with milk. So here we are again having the sense of filling, because the glass, we are saying that fill the glass how? With milk. Next is fill this bag with sugar. Again we are having the sense, the meaning of filling something. So we can use with here in this sentence, and we can say fill this bag with sugar. Next is my garden is covered with flowers. Again we are having the sense of covering. So whenever we are trying to show the sense of cover, the sense of fill, then yes, we can use with in a sentence as a preposition. Next, another use of with, it is used to indicate manner. How? Let's see. Do you work with pleasure? So here pleasure is a kind of manner, okay, and we are saying that always do your work happily. So this is the manner that we are trying to show, and this is the reason we are using with here in this sentence. Next is Indian Army always fights with courage. So again we are trying to show the manner of Indian Army, that they always fight with courage. So when we try to show the manner, then we can use with in a sentence. Next is children feared with a roar of a lion. So again we are trying to show the manner. Next one, you can win this match with ease. Yes, we are saying that very easily you can win the match. So yes, whenever we are trying to show the manner of something, then we can use with in a sentence as a preposition. Next, another use of with, it is used to indicate accompaniment, or we can say relationship. So when we are trying to show accompaniment and we are trying to show some kind of relationship, then also we can use with as a preposition. How? Let's see the examples. You should go for a walk with your friend. So here we are having the company of the friend. We are trying to show the accompaniment of the friend, and this is the reason we are having with here in the sentence. Next, I always live with my parents. Again in this sentence we are trying to show the accompaniment that I was having the company of my parents, and for that we are having with here in this sentence. Next, Sandeep takes a decision after discussing with her father. So here we are saying that first of all he discussed everything with his father and then only he took any kind of decision. Okay, so when we are trying to show accompaniment, when we are trying to show some kind of relationship, then yes, we can use with in a sentence. Next, use of with, it is used to indicate harmony, or we can say agreement. So let's see the examples. I do agree with you. So here we are trying to show our agreement with something, and this is the reason we are having with here in the sentence. Next is I am with you in what you say. Again we are trying to show our agreement. Okay, so I am saying that whatever you say, I am with you, I am very much agree with you. Okay. Next is, does this dress go with the color of her skin? So here we are asking this thing that there is a kind of agreement or not. Okay, so this is the reason when we are trying to show agreement, or we can say the harmony, then we can use with in a sentence. Alright. Next, it is used to show the meaning of in spite of, or we can say notwithstanding. Let's see the example. With all her faults, I still like her. So here we are saying that yes, she is having so many faults, but instead of all his faults, still I like her. Okay. Next, in same way or direction as, the same time as. Let's see the examples. Birds begin to bloom with the spring. So here we are trying to show the same time of two different things. We are saying that when there is a spring season, then only we can say that birds they started to bloom. So these are two different things, but they occurred at the same time. So when there is a spring season, at the same time birds they also started to bloom. Okay. Next is, a tree gives up its leaves with autumn. Again we are trying to show two different things, and they are that one, there is autumn season, and the second thing is that the trees they give up their leaves. Okay, so these two things they actually happen together at the same time, right? So we are trying to indicate the same time, the same direction, the same action, and this is the reason we are having with here in these examples. Next is, birds moves with the sun. So here also we are trying to show the same direction, and we are saying that the birds they also moves in the same direction of the sun, or we can say with the direction that is followed by the sun. So here we are trying to show the same direction, or we can say the same time. So this is the reason we are having with here in all these examples. Alright. Next, to indicate care, change or possession. So these are some of the another use of with when it is used. So let's see the examples. I have no money with me. So here we are trying to show that I was having no money with me, right? So this is the reason that I was not possessed anything. We are trying to show the possession. So we are using with. Next is, leave the distinct book with the student. So again we are trying to show the possession that this book it should be in the possession of the student. So whenever we are trying to show the possession, care or change, then we can use with. Moving on, now we are having some fixed expressions, or we can say some fixed phrases. So when we are having these phrases, then they are known as fixed expression. Why? Because always with is used with these words. So let's read. First of all, we are having quarrel with, then sympathy with, we are having acquainted with, contended with, next is charged with, then disgusted with, we are having satisfied with, and the last one is differ with. So they are known as a fixed expression. Why? Because always with is used along with these words. So this is the reason we can say that they are the fixed phrases, they are the fixed expressions. Moving on, we are having another new preposition in front of us, that is after. So let's see. It is used to show the time, but how it is showing the time, that is later than. Let's see the examples. She will take her breakfast after 10 a.m. So here we are saying that she will take her breakfast only after 10 a.m. when it will be 10 a.m. After that time she will have her breakfast. So whenever we are trying to show the time that is later than, then we can use after in a sentence. Next is I am going home the day after tomorrow. Again we are saying that the day that will be there after tomorrow, so that day I will go home. Okay. Next is it is also used to show continuously, that is also without stopping. So let's see the examples. Most people catch the same bus to work day after day. So if we are having after in the sentence in example in this manner, then we are actually trying to show the continuity of something, and that too without stopping. Clear? Next use, it is used in a definite sequence. Let's see the examples. T comes after S in alphabetical order. So yes, we all know English alphabet, and we know this thing that alphabet T, it comes after S. Okay, so we are trying to show the sequence, we are trying to show the order of something, and in this sentence we can use we can use after in a sentence. Why? Because we are trying to show the sequence, we are trying to show the order of something. Next is your turn comes after her. Again we are trying to show the order, and we are having after in a sentence. Okay. Next, in search of something, in phrasal verbs be after and run after. Let's clear this thing with the help of the examples. She always runs after money. So here we are having after in a sentence. So we can use in this manner also when we can make a sentence like she always runs after money. Next is he is now happy after a new job, and next is my house is after your house. So yes, it is used in this meaning when we are having phrasal verbs. So in this manner we can use after in a sentence. Now we are having a new preposition, that is across. So let's see the different uses of across that we are having. From one side to the other side of something with clear limits, such as an area of land, or we can say a road, or they can be a river also. So students, let's try to understand what is the difference between across and along. So across, it means we are crossing the road. Okay, we are going from this corner to that corner. So this is that we are going across from this side to that side. We can say from right side to left side. So this is the use of across, and we will read along also. So when we are going in this manner, in the same direction, in the same line, then we use along. So let's try to see the examples to clear the thing. Our college is across the main road. It means that on the second side, on the opposite side of the road, we are having our college. Second is she walks across the field, or there can be road also. So again, across means to cross the road, to cross the river, we can say to cross the land. Okay. Next, moving from one side to other side of something. Let's see the example. This boat will carry you across the river. Same meaning we are having here. Suppose this is a river. We are having a boat here, this side. And we are saying that if you want to go that side, if you want to cross the road, then you can use this boat, and this boat will carry you across the river. It means, then you will be able to cross the river. Okay. Next is extending from one side to the other side. Let's see the examples. there is rainbow across the mountain. So when we are having this kind of meaning that something is extending, okay, from one side to the other side, then also we can use across like we are having here in this example. Next is a pantaloon bridges across the river. So obviously जो bridges होते हैं वो river के ऊपर इस तरह से होते हैं, across the river. Next is the library is just across the road. Clear? Next use in every part of particular place or country. So if we are referring, of every part of a particular place, or we can say particular country, then also we can use across in a sentence. How? Let's see the example. Voting took place successfully across most of our town. So here we are having across in a sentence, and we are trying to show, every part of this particular area, that is our town. Okay. We are having another preposition, that is beyond. So let's see the uses of beyond. Beyond shows position and movement and where, far away. So with the help of beyond, we can show the position, that is very far away. We can show the movement, that is going on very far away. Let's see the examples. My village is beyond that hill. So here we are trying to show the position of my village, and we are saying that my village is very far away. It is beyond that hill. Next is don't go beyond the boundaries. Okay, so in this manner, when we are trying to show the position that is very far away, we can use beyond. Now another use, beyond, it shows the meaning of later than. Yes, it is also used to show when we are trying to convey the meaning of later than also. Let's see the examples. Don't remain out beyond midnight. So here we are trying to show the limit, okay, and we are trying to say that don't remain out beyond midnight. This is the last limit, right? So this is the reason when we are trying to show the meaning of later than, then also we can use beyond in a sentence. Next, beyond shows the meaning of except. How? My uncle has nothing beyond his provident fund. So if we are trying to indicate the meaning of except also, then we can use beyond. Like in this example, we are trying to show that my uncle, he was having nothing. The only thing that he was having was provident fund. So yes, we are trying to say that except his provident fund, my uncle, he was having nothing. Okay. Next preposition. So now let's talk about behind and before. So let's see. Behind shows position in or at the rear or back part. So first of all, let's talk about behind. So with the help of behind, we can show the position, that is where, at the back part. Let's see the examples. He is hiding behind the curtain. So here we are talking about one person, and he was hiding behind the curtain. पहले आगे curtain थे, and behind the curtain he was hiding. Now let's talk about before. So before shows position that is there in front of. So let's see the example. You can't put the cart before the horse, right? Because आगे तो क्या होता है, horse होता है, और cart कहाँ होती है, पीछे होती है, behind होती है. So obviously you can't put the cart before the horse. Okay. Next, before also shows position in order earlier. Let's see the example. My name comes before yours in the list. So if we are talking about the order, if we are talking about the sequence, then also we can use before, and then we can show the earlier position, the earlier order with the help of before. Like in this example, we are showing that my name, it comes before yours in the list. Next, before shows in presence of. Let's see the examples. She was standing before the police inspector. So here we are trying to show the position of in presence of. So this is the reason we are having before. Next is the case was brought before the judge. Again we are trying to show the position that this case it was brought before the judge, and this is the reason we are having before here in this sentence. Next preposition we are having here, that is till. So let's see. Till, it is used for time. How? In affirmation, to complete the work by decided time. So what it means? It means that if we are having till in a sentence, then we are trying to show the time, and we are having one work, one task also, and we are saying that this task, this work, it will be positively completed by the given time. So let's see the examples. Farmers work in in their fields till evening. So evening, it's a kind of time, and this is the task that farmers, they work in their fields till evening. Okay. Next is, I shall wait you till you come back. Again we are having till, and what is the time? The time is till you come back. Okay, and we are saying that I will wait you. Next preposition we are having round. So let's see, it is used to show on all sides of. Let's see the example. There is a fence around the tree. So suppose there is a tree and we are saying that, you know, round the tree there is a fence. So when we are having round in a sentence, with the help of round we can show all the sides of something. Next we are having during. So let's see, during, it is used for a known period of time. So again we are having period of time, and then we can use during. During the summer, like we can have during the my holidays, during 1947, during the war, during his childhood. So yes, with the help of during we can show a period of time, and during it can be used in so many different manner. So let's see the examples. Food was rationed during war. So here we are talking about war time. We are talking about one period of time, and we are saying that during that time this thing was there. During that time food, it was rationed. Next is, he visited Shimla during the summer vacation. So again we are talking about this period, that is summer vacation, and we are saying that he visited Shimla during this period, that is summer vacation. Okay. Next, it is used to refer something happens over a period of time, or it refers to whole time of event. Let's see the examples. You are not allowed to use your phone during meeting. Okay, so yes, when we are talking about something that actually happens over a period of time, then also we can use it during in a sentence, like we are having here in this example. Next, in the sense of at some unspecified point in time. So yes, with the help of during we can also show this kind of sense. So let's see the example. What was that noise I heard during the night? So when we are talking about some unspecified point of time, then also we can use during in a sentence. Okay. Next preposition is against. So let's see, it is used to show not in favor of. Let's see the example. The finance department is against the extraordinary leave beyond 3 months during probation period. So here we are talking about this thing, that the finance department is not in favor of this thing. Okay, so yes, whenever we are trying to show not in favor of, then we can use against in a sentence, like we are having here in this example. It is also used in the sense of taking support of. Yes, again it is also used to indicate this kind of meaning, that is taking support of. Let's see the example. Put a whiteboard against the wall. It means suppose we are having one whiteboard, okay, and we are trying to put it on the floor, but you know वो बार बार गिर रहा है, so we are just trying to take the support of the wall. So for that we are having against in the sentence, and with the help of against we are trying to show this thing, that we are taking support of the wall. Okay. It is also used to show comparison. Let's see the example. There were 50 murders last year against 100 this year. So we are trying to show the comparison of this thing, and we are saying that there were 50 murders last year, right, and against 100 this year. It means this is the comparison, that last year there were 50 murders and this year there are 100 murders. So this is another use of against that we are having. It is used in the sense of prevent and abolish. Let's see the example. This injection is against vitamin C deficiency. So yes, whenever we are trying to show the sense of prevent something, the sense of abolish something, then also we can use against. In this sentence we are saying and talking about one injection, and we are saying that this injection is against vitamin C deficiency. Okay. Next preposition we are having of. So let's see, it is used in the sense of detachment. So whenever we are talking about detachment, then we can use of. Let's see the example. Take this book off the table. So you know we are saying that remove this book off the table. So in this manner we can use of. Next is Shashi is off duty now. It means Shashi is not on the duty. So there is a kind of detachment. Okay, so we are trying to show the detachment. This is the reason we are having off. Next is on the side nearby. This is another use that we can have with the help of off. Let's see the example. Gauri's house is off the main road. So in this manner we can use off in a sentence. It is used in the sense of removal, the same thing that we were having in the detachment. Let's see the example. Your name has been cut off the list. It means your name has been removed from the list. It is used in the sense of abstaining from. Let's see the example. He has been off medication for a month. Okay, so these are the uses that we can have with the help of off in a sentence. Now let's talk about two words. Let's see. In the sense of in the direction of. So if we are having two words in a sentence, so with the help of two words we can show in the direction of, like we are having here. He was going towards the college, or we can say he was going in the direction of college. Okay, so yes, towards, it shows some kind of movement, and we can show that this movement was in the direction of. Next is she went towards office. Again we are trying to show the movement, right, and we are saying that she went towards office, or we can say she went in the direction of office. Next, in the sense of for. Let's see the example. My brother is kind towards the poor. So we are trying to say that my brother is kind to, we can say, for the poor. Okay. In the sense of nearly, let's see the example. It is now towards night, or we can say it is now almost night, it is now nearly night. So in this manner also, to indicate these meanings also, we can use towards in a sentence as a preposition. Now we are having along. So let's talk about along. Let's see the uses of along. It is used in the sense of in the same line. Yes, we have talked about this. We are having this road, or we can say this is a river. If we are going from this side to that side, then we will use across. But if we are moving on the same line on one side only, then we will use along. So this is across the road, this is along the road. Okay, let's the example. He was walking along the road. So obviously जब हम रोड पे वॉक करते हैं तो हम वॉक ऐसे तो नहीं करते, हम वॉक कैसे करते हैं, एक ही साइड में, एक ही डायरेक्शन में करते हैं. सो आफ्टर रीडिंग द सेंटेंस वी कैन हैव द मीनिंग कि हमें यहाँ पे अलोंग यूज करना है या फिर अक्रॉस यूज करना है, बिकॉज रोड पे जब हम वॉक करेंगे, हम वॉक कभी भी इस तरह से नहीं करते हैं, हम ओनली वन डायरेक्शन में, वन साइड में ही वॉक करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज देयर वर ट्रीज अलोंग द रिवर. अगेन रिवर के बीच में इस तरह से ट्री नहीं होते हैं, बल्कि रिवर के साइड लाइन में ट्रीज होते हैं. सो वी आर सेइंग दैट देयर वर ट्रीज अलोंग द रिवर. Along plus with, it is used to indicate the meaning of together. So if in a sentence we are having along plus with, then we can have the meaning of together. Let's see the example. Varsha went to Malaysia along with her husband. So we are saying that Varsha, she went to Malaysia, you know, we can say together her husband. So we are having along plus with, so it is having the meaning of together. Next we are having in front of. So let's see, it is used to have the sense of before. Let's see the examples. There is a tree in front of my house. So we are saying that you know, before my house there was a tree. So yes, in front of, it is having the meaning of before. Similarly we are having there was a beautiful garden in front of my school. Again we are having the meaning of before. So yes, in this manner we can use in front of. So students, we have discussed so many prepositions in this video. We have discussed their different uses and we have seen so many examples also. I hope all the things that we have discussed, everything is clear to you all. So just to be with me and see you in the next video. Thank you.